All right, guys, so for the past couple of weeks, we've talked a lot about shared human experiences, the things that we all have in our lives that make us all very similar. But I'm going to tell you about one that is different for every single person, even though we all share the experience. You see, as children, we all have dreams, things that we want to do. And I'm not going to lie, this aircraft behind me, the F-14 Tomcat, had a huge part of the dreams I had when I was a kid. See, when I was young, the movie Top Gun came out. The first one, not the sequel, obviously. And what blew me away wasn't the actors, wasn't the stars of the movie or the really bad romance they had. It had much more to do with the freedom of being able to get into a piece of machinery and leave the ground. Now, over time, it got hard to keep that dream alive. Age, bills, family. But I never forgot it. I kept doing everything I can to try and get there. So, let's just talk about a few things that we can do to keep our dreams alive. So one of the easiest ways to keep dreams alive is to continue not only to focus on them, but to see how bold they can get. For example, this aircraft behind me is one of the most bizarre you will ever see. It is a supersonic seaplane. At some point, somebody thought it would be a good idea to have a fighter plane that could land and take off on water. Now, obviously, this was the 50s, whole different time frame. But think of the engineering it took to manufacture something like that. So when we talk about dreams and the beauty of them, it's much less about just getting done what you think you need to get done and doing the kind of things that you never thought possible. So now we are going to talk about what for me is probably one of the most important planes out here. It ain't fast. It ain't the Speedway model of the other one we saw. But it is the first plane that I ever got to get behind the stick of. Now, it's not the exact plane, but it's a similar model. And the only reason that it happened is because there comes a point when you have to stop accepting things and you have to keep challenging what you already know. Last week we talked about the can't word. Well, I'll tell you, when I stopped saying I can't do that, I'm too big, I'm too slow, I'm too weak, the whole world opened up. So, just a little bit of encouragement. Guys, I know there are times when it is hard to do what you need to do. But trust me, someday, it might be worth it.